Season 1, Episode 6, Head in the Sand, Temptation Island. It has briefly stopped snowing. It started again. We still don't have propane. We'll probably die. So, I hope
Thank you, Canada.
I hope you... Canada?
Anyway.
I hope you enjoy our last video. What a hot mess this episode is. This is where you think... I thought I kind of had a handle on how delusional these people are.
No.
And I'm going to call them losers.
They're just making
Because everyone's losing. Like, no one's winning at this game. They're all
just
losing.
getting so much more emotionally mature.
No,
yeah, my 8-year-old has more emotional maturity. And it's a dog.
8-year-old. I said 80-year-old. And I was like, what are you talking about? Okay, so we're going to the chiropractor in a few minutes, so that's why we look like a mess. But we always do, so I don't know what our normal excuse is. They've got to pick 3 people, but only 2 of them are going to go. So I guess basically they're going to kick out 2 people and give one a very stern warning. So I don't like Hannah. I don't know why. I see why maybe she wasn't one of the top 12 picked. Because she's like, you're using us. Everyone's using each other. We're just pawns in some game. The name of the show could be Pawns in Some Game. Like the whole thing for entertainment.
You're a paid hoe on a reality TV show. Speak it like it is.
Okay, so anyway...
I gotta speak my truth.
They get rid of Tara and Sheldon. I was bummed about Tara. But anyway, they kept Hannah. And then for the guys, they kept Scott. If they laid out like 40 people and had me pick who was on the show, I could maybe get 3 or 4 because they all look so interchangeable. They get rid of Cameron, they got rid of Matt, who was kind of hilarious to watch because all the women had this visceral dislike of him, and he didn't seem that bad to me, but what do I know? None of them seemed that great either. See, I got my confirmation. They get rid of Cameron, who just got her a huge thing of flowers. Anyway, the whole show is a mess. So Katie's like all rubbing up on Johnny, who I just look at, and to me he looks kind of like those troll dolls with that hair. This is like clear to me how whenever I insult their looks, you have to take is I'm so old I'm out of touch. I'm like those old people who are like, look at the Beatles with their long hair. Oh, that's me and all of these people because I look at them and I go, you know, and she's like all over him about how he's so much more manly than John. And I'm like, John's the only one of these people who looks like an adult. Everybody else to me looks like children. Anyway, so I'm just going to kind of smush up the whole episode because going bit by bit is too much. So Katie is hooking all up with Johnny and they're just all over and he's kissing her neck and blah, blah, blah. And she's like, I just feel so guilty. I don't want to see John cheating, but it would kind of make me feel less guilty. And so they show a clip of John where Catherine kisses him and he goes, whoa, no. And she's like, well, I feel a little better. I'm like, those 2 situations are not at all the same. So... because John said no, and she's constantly saying yes.
She doesn't feel like a hoe. Even though she still is. Totally.
I mean, she's just all over, I don't know. I mean, anyway. So anyway, so that's them. I'm going to skip Casey and Evan so we can put them at the end because they're such a mess. Carl and Nicole, she's got some guy in her bed. She is pretty emotionally withdrawn. But anyway, they're kind of a mess. Shari and Javen, let's just skip right to the real story here. Casey and Evan. So I assume that Evan had sex. I mean, he didn't flat out say sex, but she took off her top and there was also...
You're talking about Morgan?
Yes. So Casey and Evan are the couple. Evan and Morgan are, I guess, the new couple. And she's like, I'm just worried you won't pick me. And it's like, if you really think this is the beginning of a healthy relationship... Like,
I mean, come on, that's probably the least
thing
on the show.
And he's like this the whole time. And it's like funny because every time the guys talk about like, oh,
I do cocaine. I'm Roxo, the cocaine clown.
I know, that's pretty much Evan. And so Casey is like, no, I'm gonna stay with him forever unless he has sex with someone else. But then when they show the video, she's like, I'm going to do it alone. She has the earbuds in, but she won't look. And then she's like, you can't make me look, and this is the healthiest thing. And I'm like, you thought your family disliked him before? Like, trust me that this is nothing compared to how they're going to feel about him now. The delusion of like, I'll do anything to keep him. his delusion of like, oh, him and Morgan are falling in love. It's called hormones, people. You've known each other, I don't know, maybe, I'm going to guess like 5 days. I think they're only there for a short period of time. I don't know how long it is, but this whole thing is just a huge, humongous mess. And so now they're going to send a 30-second message to their partner. And what I'm hoping John says is, I saw you rubbing up all over. I'm out. Thanks. Enjoy the rest of your time. That's what I hope he says. I can't even imagine what Casey's going to say, if she says anything, or what he's going to say. I can't...
I'm sorry to do this to you. I know it's ruined your life.
But know that I still am committed to you, even though I'm banging other chicks. Yeah, and I totally get...
The next show, they will be appearing on Searching for Sister Wives.
So Casey's like, well, you can't make me look, and this is healthier for me. No, what's healthier for you was not dragging your boyfriend onto a reality show called Temptation Island.
And getting over your eating disorder.
John, be nice. We don't know what other issues she has.
Other than an eating disorder and a terrible boyfriend.
Terrible boyfriend, absolutely. The rest is... I do think that, I will say this, I do think that 1,000 times wiser would have been for her to go to a counselor. 1,000,000, all these people, all of them, whatever issues they have going on, the singles, the couples, all of them should have gone to a counselor. That would have been 1,000 times. But now that they're like in it and they're like, oh, I didn't expect this to happen. It's like, I just feel like going, we all expected this to happen. Your family, I'm sure your family and friends were like, this seems like a bad idea. What happens when he cheats? Oh, he's not going to cheat. So anyway, this show is a wild mess. I hope we will see you next week and we haven't frozen to death.